Flosstube. This is Stephanie from Stitchinit, and I decided to try a little bit of vlogging today. It snowed last night, and we had a lot of really cold weather and snow this winter. And today I'm gonna run out in the little bit of snow we have and try to get some supplies so I can come back and try some snow dyeing on fabric before it all melts away. Alright, I'm all ready to get going. This is not going to be a very complicated trip. I'm just going to try some basic snow and ice dyeing with RIT dye. I've got 3 pieces of fabric that I'm going to practice snow and ice dyeing with today. I'd like to start the Time Traveler at some point this year, next year, I don't know, for my daughter. She likes Doctor Who a lot, and so the Time Traveler by Joan Elliott I thought would be a really cute design to give her for some time. And I'd like to have sort of a galaxy-themed fabric, so I'm going to try to get some pink and some gray and maybe some blue to come up with some sort of those colors. Alright, I'm back from Walmart and I got a few things for a basic snow dye experiment. They just had some basic RIT dyes, and that's what I got, and some washing soda to prepare the fabric. But I'll show you the fabric that I have in just a second. This is some fabric from my stash that I picked out, just some basic MCG 32 count linen and some Hardanger 22 count that I have, and also an Aida 14 count, some of the silver dust Aida. Okay, I've got my fabric soaking in some washing soda and warm water, and I'm gonna let it soak for about 15 minutes, and then I'll be ready to put it down in the container. And then my plans are to cover it with the snow and then drizzle the RIT dye over the snow. I googled snow dye, and I'm using what I was able to get, of course, on a snow day here, mostly at Walmart. Is just regular RIT dye. That's all I could get. Okay, the next step I'm going to do is take some of this nice soft snow we had overnight and put it on top of the fabrics that I have arranged here. The recommended amount that I found online said was about 3 inches of snow. Ooh, that's cold. I've been holding it in the freezer for a little while. The kids were nice enough to get me some snow, so I didn't have to do it. Hi guys, I just got all the snow dye set up and going, and I hope it's going to turn out okay. I am a little bit skeptical at this point, honestly, if the dye is appropriate or if it's just enough, if it's going to soak through enough through the fabric. So we'll find out over the next couple of hours what kind of progress it makes. But in the meantime, I'm going to be working on some cross stitch, and I pulled out Life After Death by Long Dog Samplers, which is what the Stitch Along for Long Dog Samplers is on the Facebook group this year. They're doing Life After Death, so I had already started that, so it was a great whip to pick up and work on. So I'll show that to you for a few seconds. So this is where I'm at now for Life After Death. I finished the Sun and the Moon, which I really like. It looks, you know, kind of tribal, and I almost imagine a tattoo would look good like that. But I've been wanting to get to this whale for a while, and I'm stitching it in Black Forest Water Lilies by the Karen collection, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to use this color is because I imagined this whale as a big purple whale. So, and I think it's so funny that he's got a squirrel on his tail that is in no way drawn to scale. So I think that's really funny. There's a lot of really comedic elements to me in this pattern, but that's where I'm at so far, and I love it. As long as the snow lasted. Of course, there was no reason, if I'm doing snow dyeing, there's no reason to leave it in the dye and expect any different results. So I rinsed it out. So far I was fairly pleased, and especially with the linen one that I was hoping was going to turn out the best for this time traveler piece I'm going after. But since I decided to use the RIT dye, I'm just following the instructions that go on the RIT dye bottle. So the fabrics are, after I rinse them out with cold water, I put them in the washing machine with just a little bit of detergent, and when they're finished washing, I guess I'll iron them and show them to you guys.
What's taking so long?
So it's about 7 p.m. and the day is almost over, and my fabric is finished drying, so I wanted to show you the results of the snow dyeing. I would definitely recommend and say that probably an additional, after running it with cold rinse water until it's clear, then to do a warm wash with some dish soap or something by hand. That would be sufficient, definitely. The biggest problem actually was that the Hardanger piece that I had was not serged, and in putting it in the washing machine basically was a death sentence, and it kind of shredded, and so unfortunately it's just in the trash now. So, but I'll show you the last two pieces. This is the sparkly Ada, and I don't really have any plans to do anything with this, but this might make something fun. I mean, a fun piece for a girl or something. What I was really after, and it was good and successful, was a piece of fabric that kind of had a galactic print. My daughter, who's a Doctor Who fan, corrected me and told me that it was actually the time vortex that I was after for the time traveler cross stitch pattern by Joan Elliott. And I think I was pretty successful. I'm very happy with the results. This is what the piece of fabric turned out. This is 32 count linen. It's big enough. It originally was, I think, was a 20 by 27 inch piece of fabric. But there is some very nice modeling and mixing of purple and pink, mostly, which I wanted. I'm sorry it's not ironed too well, but I think it's going to make a great background for that. So I'm very happy. Next time I definitely will run them through the washing machine when I do some dyeing on my own next time. And I definitely think there will be a next time, but of course, being in Georgia, it's not going to be snow dyeing. It's going to be some sort of probably, you know, low immersion technique. I'll definitely try it again, but it was a fun thing to try today while everyone was out of school and couldn't really go anywhere. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.